Good morning. It is Wednesday, April
What day is it?
April
Start
8th.
over.
Yeah, let's rewind
Quarantine's
this
rolling them
back
all together.
4 weeks, 5 weeks back. Um, well, happy Wednesday, guys.
Happy
How's
Wednesday.
everybody doing?
Good.
Doing well. Yeah.
Yeah. So hot topic yesterday. It looks like the Fed is trying to get more money into the
Yeah.
pot for the PPP.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know if
much
it's all
needed,
going
but
into PPP. Did you read that it's basically all going to the payroll?
no, I mean I just skimmed highlights for that.
Okay. Yeah. I need to read a little bit more into that. But yeah, they're trying to dump almost double it. It's like, what is it? Like 75% of it or something like that.
But it doesn't seem like that's still going to be enough to get everyone what they need.
It'll never be enough
for a little while.
It'll never be enough.
Yeah. So I mean, you put your application in and you just hope for the best, but you get back to work. And I think that's what we can talk about today is, what can we do now? I know we've kind of built, we've gone through this topic over and over again, but there's just so many other things that we can control now and take action on. I know we were kind of chatting earlier about what some of those possible ways to kind of generate revenue, or again, just kind of move forward, even if it's small incremental steps. Have you guys kind of seen what other businesses are doing in the meantime when still doors are closed, but they're still able to keep some kind of cash flow coming through?
Yeah, I mean, there have been a couple of different models. If we stay in the training, training specific niche, I mean, folks have created gamified approaches. They're doing in-house competitions. I know there are a handful of affiliates that got on board CrossFit's initiative to create their it's a way for them to create accountability, competition, engagement, and drive a bit of revenue. So it hits four kind of pieces at one time. But at the same time, if you're running out of steam on the training side, I mean, then there's the entire nutrition prescription side. And I think there's a whole host of gyms that's been their like hot button this year. They've really tried to ramp up their staff and their education so they can offer nutrition services. Other than training and nutrition, there are still communities out there that are running pro shops and doing nutrition buys, and they're supporting their clientele with their normal monthly proteins and fish oil and BCAAs. And so they're putting together custom packages and wrapping them up and either getting them out to their clients or having their clients swing by and pick them up from their location. So, I guess it's how can you change your business as usual so that you can still hit all your revenue touch points, but either at a distance or digitally.
Yeah, that's a good point. I have seen a lot of businesses kind of switch to some kind of virtual model to take care of some of their sales, their product sales, whether it's apparel or supplements, things that people still want, as long as they have the budget that allows, they'll still purchase, especially if it's going to be from a small business that they trust and want to support.
Yeah. If there's already trust and there's already consistency in the purchase, it just makes sense to continue that relationship. I mean, like less than a week into the quarantine, we swung by our normal vitamin shop, which is in our neighborhood. And dude, they were cleaned out. And it just made sense. Like people were stocking up their shelves because they knew that they were going to be, people still prioritize their health and their fitness, and their whole supplement side that was like vitamins and minerals and vitamin D's and I'm drawing a blank, sorry, fish oil and all their prenatals, like that whole side was completely sold out. And they had mass gainers and proteins that were only things left, but bangs were sold out. Perfect bars sold out, like boxes.
The most important thing right there is bang.
Yep.
So it's like, if you can provide that for your clients, then keep putting together packages,
Yeah. Yep. Well, I think even if, cause I know there's also a lot of businesses out there that didn't really put much emphasis on retail sales. They were just open as a training center, and it was kind of to show up, work out, obviously hang out with the community and whatnot. But they didn't put much effort into really building out their retail. Would you guys recommend that they start exploring that option now?
Only if they have the bandwidth. You know, it's not something that's going to make a huge dollar impact. And if they spend too much time, you know, unless you're saying like, here, go to Driven Nutrition and set up an account and, you know, then turn it on.
Yeah.
You know, some people are working with a skeleton staff. Some people are working with limited bandwidth, high stress, a lot of emotion. Maybe that's not the time for them to add in another revenue stream. Maybe just focus on the avenues that they do have.
Just the bigger movers.
Yeah, it does get me thinking, like, what I would be doing in my position if I were open right now, or if I had to. It would really depend on where my expenses were and where
Yep.
I was controlling them. But like, as soon as you said it, Eric, like if you have a margin on apparel, like for a challenge T-shirt, if you throw a challenge and you have people, depends on what they're currently paying for their monthly access to your Zoom calls and all that other stuff. So they might not buy into it. But if you're not charging anything, I know some gyms that aren't charging any, they put everybody on pause and they're offering free Zoom classes just to, you know, keep people involved. But it's
Right.
like, if you're doing that and you still have expenses, or even if you don't have expenses, let's say that's the best case scenario, you could still, you have everybody on pause, you have 100 members, charge them $30, but it's basically you're charging $30 for a T-shirt. Now, if your margin is 100% markup or even 150%, let's say you can buy the T-shirts and get them printed for 10 to 12.50, maybe even $15, and then you charge, you know, 15 on top of that. So for 30 for the challenge and the T-shirt, that's actually a phenomenal idea. Because they get something physical out of it. Be like, hey, give me your shipping address, I'll ship it to you. You get a $15 margin, let's say, so times 100, so that's, you know, the $1,500 that might hold you over for something.
It helps,
Right.
but then I think what it also does is it provides a little bit more of an anchor point for them to keep
Right.
interacting with your business. And if there's
It
something else that
Absolutely.
you're offering, again, it all just kind of adds up.
Yeah,
but if
and
you only sell
we're
one
looking
thing,
for
yeah.
Yep. We're looking for all these little ideas that people like, even if you are currently charging membership, like as long as the margin's correct and you have the resources, which is essentially time, which everybody seems to have now because you're stuck at home, right? It makes total sense. The only thing that I would need to do more research on, and this would be a case by case basis, is ease of access to
Printers.
the T-shirt printers. Yeah. 100%. So, I mean, but it's a feasible idea, especially if you come up with something that's unique. Now, I know CrossFit's doing their at-home challenge, CrossFit HQ, but I mean, that's specific to the CrossFit market. What about a yoga studio? What would they be doing? What retail do they focus on? Or another boutique gym or something like that? Yeah, like if you're martial arts versus yoga versus Pilates versus a spin studio versus a CrossFit affiliate, you're going to have to tweak this in order to leverage it.
Yeah.
Right. Of course.
So the thing that having businesses closed, their physical locations closed, has really highlighted for me is you can almost get anything done online. And there's a solution for almost everything online. So if you have an idea that you wanted to do print on demand, you know, direct to garment, direct to client, there's services for that. You just have to go look for it. There's even ways to automate a lot of that. So, you know, now might be a good time to start kind of sharpening or just developing your skills to understand that there are tons of solutions. You just have to figure out which one you want to go with and then do your homework to get down that path.
So long as it still fits that model. Yeah.
Yep. As long as it's within your guidelines, your parameters, your goalposts. Yep.
Right.
I like that.
Right. So I think that's kind of the biggest key to unlock. And then even after the end of this, when doors finally, you know, get to be opened up once again, you'll have a larger skill set and understanding of
pull from.
Exactly. So I think that might be the biggest parting thing for me today is understanding that there are solutions out there for almost everything. And if you're creative enough to kind of go through those exercises of what you want and then researching the solutions for that, it's absolutely possible. Absolutely.
So let's go through those not verticals, but let's go through those product lines again. So for folks that are listening, there's the training side, there's the nutrition side / maybe accountability side, there's retail apparel side that's literally still being done today. So for folks that are like, no, there's no way people are selling t-shirts. Yes, there are. And then there is supplement sales, which I guess would kind of be rolled into your pro shop sales. Are we missing anything? Is there a fifth or a sixth way to continue to extend that runway and generate revenue while everyone's at home?
I think we touched on this a little bit yesterday, and it's kind of just your pricing and offering strategies within each of those larger segments.
Right.
So yesterday we did discuss a little bit on possibly pre-selling, a 1-year membership, or kind of getting longer term commitments out of your members or potential leads.
Okay.
Kind of exploring that option.
Those are the major buckets, though.
Yeah.
And so now we're talking about within those buckets, how do we position and strategize? And that's going to be different for every business.
For everyone,
but I'm trying to think: training, nutrition, accountability, supplements, for retail supplements, and then apparel.
Retail.
Yeah. I can't really think of any other major revenue source for a fitness business. Online programming goes into training. Individual design goes into training. So so you can break each one of those, but those are the big buckets. Yeah. Cool. We can't do software or anything like that, or any other service. So it's like, that wouldn't be considered training. So
cool.
Find out where you're at in those 3 buckets, optimize for your current scenario, move forward, execute.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Don't sit around and wait for that loan to come in just yet. Just
do not be passive right now.
Be active, stay active.
Yes.
Yeah. It's got to be built as if that loan's never coming in for any gym.
Yeah. It's a tough pill to swallow, but I think that will give you the best chance to weather this storm for as long as it might last. Cool. Let's wrap that up here. And tomorrow, maybe let's dive into a little bit more on how we can maybe stratify some of those product offerings, whether it's pre-sale, longer term commitments. I know there's a lot of different pricing strategies that we can use to kind of generate some immediate cash flows. I think that'd be really helpful, especially now when, again, it seems like this thing's going to last for a few months.
Yep.
Cool. Sound good?
I like that. Yep. I like the plan. I like that. Cool.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for spending your morning with us.
You got it.
For those of you guys watching, if you've taken any value out of this, please shoot us a like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And I keep saying good stuff and it just kind of rolls off.
Good stuff.
It's
good.
I like
it too, man. I really like it.
Awesome, guys. Works. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. See you.
Same time, same place. Later.
Awesome. Later.